Bro, you gave me the craziest tease to who might be creating the Etrigan book.
So it's all artists first,
Yeah,
huh?
so, like, for example, I'm not allowed to say, like, what James Harren is doing. He's one of my favorite artists. But, like, I went to him, we were in Italy at a convention, and I was like, dude, you're a monster. I want you over here at DC. And he was like, well, I really want to do this. Like, I said, what do you want to do? And he was like, I love horror. I was like, okay, what do you want to do? And he was like, well, this, but, you know, I don't know if they'll do that. And I went to them, and I'm like, look, this guy's amazing. Nick Dragata just blew up. Daniel Warren Johnson just blew up. We got to go with some styles we're not used to, and this guy is ready to explode. And they were like, okay, let's do it. And so the book he's doing, which I can't say what it is his choice. It's his book that he wants to do, and he's got...
If it's true that James Harren might be working on this Demon Etrigan book, hands in the air, bro. I'm all down for it. You don't understand how much I love Etrigan, especially to see this man in a horror setting. It's about time Etrigan deserves some love and attention, bro. You know what I mean? I love Etrigan. Ever since the Brave and the Bold days, ever since the animated series days. I remember them episodes when he was in Justice League Unlimited too, bro. Being an Etrigan fan is kind of tough, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Etrigan has his own comic book runs, but compared to heroes like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, etc., he really doesn't have that many solo runs in terms of just stories and stuff like that. He is more like a support character when you look at his overall like story and his overall history in the DC universe, bro. He is that kind of character that just pops up randomly whenever there is magic going on, demons, etc. Batman collabs, Superman collabs, Wonder Woman collabs, you feel me? He really just shows up anywhere in terms of just the broad aspect of DC. But when it comes to his own solo runs, there are a limited few that like do exist, but you really have to deep dive in terms of really searching for his character, bro. That's all I'm saying, my nigga. At the end of the day, bro, I would really be glad to take any Etrigan, bro. And I feel like today, in today's aspect, bro, when people talk about Etrigan today, they really don't really take him seriously. They only really remember him for rhyming, and like, you know, he pops up with the Justice League Dark. But at the same time, I feel like in terms of him holding his own weight, they don't respect him enough. I feel like his character isn't really fleshed out as much as I really want him to be. I feel like he's cool as hell in terms of just like the horror aspect. He has like a lot of brutality, and I feel like his character is just like so unexplored. I feel like in terms of just they talked about his stuff in the past in terms of like Jack Kirby's run and like, you know, Alan Grant's run, but I feel like, bro, in terms of his character, I feel like, bro, we could really dive a lot further into his lore and his mythos. And I just appreciate that DC is giving us any type of Etrigan, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I know he's in the DCO. I just want to see Etrigan more, bro. We deserve more Etrigan. As fans of the Demon, bro, we deserve more books and more love from this man, bro. It's just unfair that we know he gonna get knocked out in the DC KO tournament, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they giving us this book. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a hype build up to see that, you know what I'm saying, this character is a familiar face. I really do want Etrigan to get more love and attention, and I hope that this book is actually insane. When I see Scott Snyder talking about the horror aspect of Etrigan, bro, I'm here for it. Saying that you don't need prior knowledge into diving into this book, hands in the air. If James Harren is actually fully 100% on board with this book, bro, this might be one of the greatest Etrigan books to come out in a long time, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You can dive into his stuff, but it's really just from, it spans throughout the years, bro. Etrigan has had some of the most inconsistent like comic books. When you look at Etrigan, he just really doesn't have that many comic books, so you can really read damn near everything that he has, bro. You know what I'm saying? The last thing that we got was in 2018. Before that, it was like 2015 in the New 52 era. Besides that, bro, it was like early 80s, early 90s Etrigan. So it really is pretty solid of like storytelling for his character, but at the same time, I know he can expand on Etrigan, bro. He deserves more love and attention, bro. You know what I'm saying? Seeing him in Batman Brave and the Bold, Adventure, like, I was about to say Adventure Time, bro. Seeing this man in all the animated projects back then, bro, it just made me want to learn more about his character, bro. There's something about just the demon aspect is just so cool. He just shows up and he's just fucking like rhyming and shit. You know, Etrigan is like a big powerhouse when it comes to DC. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to his magical abilities, bro, he's top 5, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they put him in the tournament for a reason, but at the same time, I know he gonna get knocked out quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he's still in there. I haven't been reading the KO tournament because like I'm just not big on like events like that, but let me know, bro. Is my boy still standing? Yeah, nah, bro. Looking at James Harren work, bro, I literally just seen that he worked on Mega Man. Or let me see, bro. James Harren, what he made? Ultra Mega. Damn. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You know, his artwork would literally fit Etrigan so well, it's not even funny, bro. Like, this would be so perfect for Etrigan's character and his design. I'm here for it. Yo, James Harren might have some of the best artwork in the game, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He literally is drawing all types of monsters and creatures, and it looks insane. This absolute Batman picture is crazy. Goodness, bro, this Bizarro picture is crazy. This Flash cover. Yeah, after hearing that James Harren might be working on the new Etrigan book, bro, I might have to pick up Ultra Mega, bro. I'm so serious. This man artwork is crazy. Yo, what a time to be alive, bro. Etrigan fans, we in good, bro. We turn. I just want to understand, like, I feel like in this book we definitely should see Jason Blood and Etrigan go through the most push and pull relationship of all time, bro. Being bonded to Etrigan is not a fun experience, gang, and we should see that 100%. You know what I mean? When it comes to Etrigan finding other demons or just other species, bro, he's a fucking major player in the game, and DC don't want to see my boy succeed, bro. He don't want to see my boy succeed, dog. Come on, man. Like, we have a creature that's summoned from fucking hell, bro. And the fact that he is so strong and powerful, Cosmic Odyssey was a book that I picked up. You know what I'm saying? Etrigan was such a powerful force that Darkseid even needed him, bro. You know what I'm saying? As a tool. And it was so fire to see this fucking panel where Highfather is pressing Jason Blood to get back in bond with Etrigan. And you see Jason Blood, bro, he does not want to do that shit. This is where I want to see, like, him just having that fear of like, dude, I can't do this again. I can't do this again. This is absolutely torture, bro. And I need to see Etrigan at maximum horror status, bro. He should be a scary demon. You know what I mean? I wanted to tap into his new 52 stuff. I've seen that he was like a knight, quote unquote. Like, it was like in a knight era. So I definitely do want to read that. But still, bro, I need a new Etrigan book. Hearing Scott Snyder say you don't need to know anything about Etrigan to go into this book, it's more of a starter where you're going over his origin and his lore. You know, this was like the first DC KO book that I actually read. And you know, I only picked this up for Etrigan. Going into this, you kind of knew Etrigan was gonna get his ass whooped. That's like a different level of strategy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen that. Bro was in the underworld. I would have thought I was cooked. He said, you know what? I'm gonna take this time, think of a spell to write on my body. Bro, he was planning this moment out so the Etrigan fan, it hurts, bro. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Lex just plan everything out, just having bro in his palm like that. It was crazy work, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing Etrigan get his soul sucked out, Jason Blood into Lex Luthor, it was kind of clean, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was kind of hard, bro. Then it just became a battle of fucking willpower at the end, bro. He said I would not be controlled by anyone. I said, ooh, okay, Lex. No disrespect, Etrigan, I love you, bro. You're my favorite character. No, I know Etrigan's not ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely top 5 when it comes to them powers, when it comes to like they put this man up against Superman's greatest foe, bro. Like, of course he was gonna fuck, man, got 1 W underneath his belt, and then Lex was talking about, yeah, I'll let you get that, John. What? Etrigan should be fucking scary again, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you think of the demon, when you think about Etrigan, when you think about a demon possessing you, bro, Etrigan should be like possibly one of the scariest creatures in comic books, bro. To present himself more like a demon for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he busting a couple rhymes, that's cool. But like, I really did like some of the artwork, especially with how in this fight he was just so overconfident, bro. It was kind of insane. He was just yapping his ass off. I'm looking at him like, you kind of talking too much to not be throwing no hands, cuz like, I love you, but shh, box. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Lex told him to shut up, demon. I'm like, hey, bro, Etrigan, fight back, bro. Get out. Seeing this man Lex throw a whole fucking boom tube in his face was kind of insane. I say, yeah, I might have to take a break. But if it is true that James Harren is working on the Etrigan book, that would be one of the coolest things, I think, to come out in the horror comic book genre in a while. I don't know how much creative oversight he has on the book, but at the same time, whatever team that they decide to put together, I am excited for any Etrigan, bro. I'm excited for, you know, I'm hyped that he pulled up into Lex Luthor fight KO shit. I'm hyped he got his ass whooped, whatever, fuck it. But this new book, I hope we definitely get to see more glaze. I just want to see Etrigan glaze, bro, please.